I need to get those defensive batteries online, so make this fast. There are 3 defensive batteries, basically high-powered military space turrets. They were part of the UC's original defenses for the station. The good news is that the batteries have an incredibly wide field of coverage. The bad news is that they're 100-year-old tech. They keep breaking. Well, you already know that the conduction grid does a pretty nifty trick. It absorbs the version for your ship can still absorb incoming electrical energy. Instead, it just scatters the EM harmlessly away from the... As a nice side effect, I'm betting the module will make your ship somewhat EM weapon resistant and boost its shield regen. Lucky you. The comm spike traces and decrypts coded signals. As long as you have that file you lifted from the Galbank archives contained the legacy. All you have to do is get within the vicinity of Bannock 4, and the comm spike will automatically point you to the target. Cute toy, huh? Not a problem. Conduction grid data. I bet you would.
This better be important.
I cannot believe I'm on a SysDef command ship. Yay!
Captain, greetings.
Hello.
All support ships have arrived, Commander.
Good. After we're done here, arrange a briefing. I want all of their CEOs over here as soon as possible.
Yes, sir.
There you are. Where?
Like fools when we take the legacy from under their noses.
You mean your latest excursion? I've received the reports about your little foray into Genodyne. Which means it's time to put all the cards on the table and... Thanks to your evidence, we are finally able to convince... Before you jump to Bannock 4, I need... The credits from that Galbank transport cannot reach the fleet. You have to bring them here at all costs. If Delgado gains access to those resources, we might...
We've been monitoring the Crimson Fleet's comm chatter in the Crick system. They're gathering allies by making...
As much as I hate to admit it, UC SysDef won't stand a chance. The fleet will become...
So we have to clean up your mess again. I swear, if we sent a team of Rangers, we could deal with all of this once and for all.
Unfortunately, I don't think the Freestar Collective would be willing to provide resources to anything related to the United Colonies. I've always known that when it came down to it, you'd... All right, I guess this is it. Do whatever prep you need to do aboard the Vigilance, and then head out to Bannock 4. When you return here with Crix's legacy, we'll begin the attack. Our directive is simple. We are tasked with the eradication as the chief source of pirate activity. The evidence you've been bringing to Lieutenant Toft has been instrumental in convincing... They've sent us support ships, extra troops, weapons. To put it simply, if it wasn't for you. During the end of the Narion War, the money was destined to both, even though we were rivals at the time, and I suppose we still are to some extent. After the money is turned over to Master, I'm certain arrangement... All my hopes go with you. Good luck.
Has something on your mind? They're pirates in every sense of the word, but they've managed to get more organized. That makes them especially dangerous, but... We'll provide you with information, but any inventory or ship services, it'll help you maintain your cover and also give you an idea of how the... Anything you can tell us would be helpful. Damn it. I was afraid of that. Hopefully Durand isn't as clever as she thinks she is, or you can help us take the batteries down when you... Was that all? Yeah, I heard they even sent word to some of the contacts you met. They're writing an awful lot of checks they can't cover without Crix's legacy. But we'll be... Anything else? Okay, well, if anything else springs to... Even as long ago as the Narian War, Galbank used an extremely potent level of encryption on their currency. Unfortunately, the unlocked ciphers are lost to time. However, if you... Don't worry, I'm sure some of the techs at MAST will be able to work with whatever you... 2 reasons. First, Commander Akande's playing this operation extremely close to the vest. Second, this is an undercover mission. For our sake... Well done. Let's see what you found. The fleet's planning a raid on Hopetown? Okay. I didn't expect them to be so bold, but I suppose... Don't worry. I'll circulate the description of this captain to the authorities. Find anything else? Benjamin Bayou, pride of the Freestar Collective. The authorities there have been trying to nail him for a long time. Bringing us proof that he's been manipulating Generdyne from the shadows is pretty tasty stuff. The FC will pay dearly for this. Good job. That it? Cost overruns, siphoning project funds? How deep does this well go? Our forensic accounting team is going to have their hands full. I'll send this to MAST right away. Let's just hope that a few rotten apples within the UC haven't spoiled the entire bunch. Have any more? Are you kidding me? Dombrowski was already making a 6-figure salary, and yet he couldn't resist starting an embezzlement scheme. It makes me sick. It's gonna be an absolute pleasure to throw his butt in prison. Any other fragments? Tisk, tisk. Looks like Mr. Rokoff lied on his application to Trident Luxury Lines about having a clean record. No matter. Next time he jumps from the key, we'll have him picked up. That will be one less fleet captain for us to worry about. Anything else? It's amazing that all this romantic nonsense about Crix's legacy really just amounts to a rumor Jasper Crix picked up in jail. It just goes to show you how a tiny rumor can snowball into a full-blown fairy tale. Have any more? Okay, fine. You're not gonna let this go, are you? Because the things you're asking are private, and we're supposed to be... Look, I like to keep my attachments at a minimum. In my line of work, if you make friends, you eventually end up losing them, either through reassignment or... well, for other reasons. Okay. But don't say I didn't warn you. You might not like what I have to say. Would it shock you to learn that I spent some time in prison? I suppose that makes me a hypocrite. Oh, come on. I haven't exactly been cordial about my feelings towards the Crimson Fleet's illegal activities. Good. I like keeping you... I grew up in the Well in New Atlantis. Parents made... After I dropped out of school, they begged for me to look for work. But I realized, a year after that, I'm a career criminal with UC security breathing down my neck. And hell no. I made enough money to buy my own apartment. I'd even send pictures of the place to my folks to rub it in. I was having the time of my life, earning way more than I needed to... Back then, if you would have told me one day I'd be wearing this... Yeah. Let's just say the years after my time in the well were filled with high... Look, the point is that I felt you deserved to know... Yeah. I think I... Besides, my job here is... longer than you can... Well, I think you've had enough for now. Let's get back to it before Keyboy writes us a citation for loitering. We'll see you soon.
Yes, what?
See all that chest candy on Commander Ikonde? That means he seems assistant. You doing all right? Feels like we got maybe one more conference.
Well,
Spending all this time with those pirates couldn't have been easy. Just Cis-Def Marines are the best of the best.
I haven't seen my family in a while, but mission takes priority. I'm kind of worried about this Siren of the Stars business. What's this I hear about you getting ambushed by fleet? Target.
It wasn't an ambush, it was an accident. We jumped to the same place at the same time.
Stars? What system was that? Cheyenne Fen?
Pretty much. We got
Hey.
so bad I had to dust off with half my ship dangling parts. Most of our operations team graduated top of their class at the academy. If there's fleet out there, we'll find them.
These are the good guys, right? Please tell me this is definitely the good guys.
I heard we might see some action soon. Can't wait. The Vigilance is our flagship. Where it goes, we run. I guess now's not the time.
buddy of mine. This is more than a job for me.
How's the pirating business?
United Colony System Defense?
I don't know about you. People who work undercover, they're sneaky. When I fly, I want someone beside me who I can predict. But you're a self. You might, but we aren't at that point yet. I cut my teeth on space trucks, believe it or not. Before I got my stripes, But after a couple slick escapes, I got recruited to the academy and went from dodging pirate. Thing is, some of my best tricks were with a big rig. Ever try a pitchback with a Hope Tech truck with 2 fleet wraiths on your tail? Compared to that, long story. I got my start in the academy. I eventually got recruited to do test flights on a star station orbiting Lloyden's Rock. Me and 3 other Archangel pilots did some work on some extremely dangerous, but I called in a few favors and got back home with SysDef. Someone with... You guessed it. In fact, but I'm not just any pilot. I'm the best. I like your confidence. And there's always room in this. Just be sure you know whose side. Yeah, it was. And you... Yeah, I thought you might. Even more impressive, you managed to do it without taking any lives. Maybe I misjudged. That's more than I can say for myself, given the history. I was one of 4 pilots recruited for the program. At the time, I embraced the name. The Angel of Death hunting Crimson. But even for an angel, pride always comes. We were testing prototype fighter ships. The 4 of us were the best of the best. Emphasis. The official word as I was transferred back to SysDef because I was so bored on that station. I spent all my time in the barracks. When the time came for my test flight, I was so wasted. The engine caught fire right after takeoff. Pilot, crew. Is that right? I guess that lets me off the hook with the jailers, but not with... I appreciate what you're trying to do, though. Just... mole. So long.
Maintenance crews are the unsung heroes of the Vigilance. Ensign Betty doesn't... On of work, keeping things shipshape.
Sir, if I may speak freely, is there a reason for the harsh reprimand? As far as I know, I just tracked a little mud into it.
Soldier, have you ever heard of trench foot?
Can't say that I have, sir.
Well, they say guards on Suvorov would sometimes trudge through cold, frost-wet trenches on their daily patrols. Prolonged wetness led to circulation and nerve damage, aka trench foot. Unable to perform, those guards were taken off duty, and security suffered. All because they didn't take the time to properly dry their feet. You see where I'm going with this, don't you?
I do. But if I may, I would argue that we're not on some frozen planet, sir.
But you tracked in mud from your last mission. You brought in any number of microbial life forms, known and unknown, into my brig. These are direct threats to the health and safety of this crew, and by extension, the security of this brig. On my brig, cleanliness is a duty, and I suggest you take this duty seriously. And if not, I will have the commander relieve you of it.
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
Heard you had to board the Siren of the Stars. I was on there once, for a tribute to my ancestor. I never felt more out of place.
Lieutenant Toft is...
Welcome to the brig. As a member of SysDef, you may... As a personal rule, I simply ask that you... That means no mud on your boots, you're... Besides the fact that it's healthier, a sanitary brig is important for station security. In my experience, a prisoner will hide a shiv under a flake of dust if you let them. The cleaner a space is, the easier it is to spot irregularity. Excellent. And all that being said, I understand your... So if you need to be a rum-drinking, swashbuckling pirate to do your job... He's a good man, singularly focused when it comes to the fleet. I can tell you a story as an example. Usually only when he has business here, but pretty much everyone. Given he sees barely a glance of me most days, you'd think he wasn't paying. So, I'm a bit of a workaholic, and I forget to take breaks. One day, Commander Ikande passes by the... He takes one look at my haggard face and says, "Officer, I'm headed to the mess hall. If you're not with me in 15 minutes, your services will no longer..." I tried to protest, but he was dead serious. So I went. It's little things like that. You can see he pays attention, and that he... We have multiple turrets attached to the ceiling. If you've met Ensign Betty, she's... That being said, fire. The cells you see here are for captured pirates. If you apprehend any pirates during the course... That's a loaded question. We err on the side of caution, but with the Crimson Fleet, you have to be very careful. Verbally, yes. There's a lot of bad... Sometimes that blood spills over, as long as there's no... Yes, although it's always a balance. At the end of the day, these are ruthless pirates. But I'll be the first to admit it's not an exact science. And we, as chief officer of this brig, my worst... As a matter of fact, I understand that part of your undercover work involves... While you're there, if you find anything pertaining to the history... I agree. Just keep in mind this is a favor and you're free to ignore it. I only ask because this is such a... I appreciate it. I've actually heard rumors about there being audio. I'm interested in anything he had to say regarding his time in prison, and how the prison... If you find anything like that... The fleet and the UC are intertwined. And I've always felt knowing, in life, history can be a guide. And if you want to know which one it is, you have to stay. Really? I know you were headed to the key, but I almost respect the fleet for doing that. They're trying... I respect the principle of teaching one's history. When you connect the past with the future, you're trying to create... Incredible. I think at SysDef, we all feel that weight every time we wear the uniform. But all that aside, give me your honest opinion. What would the... I can understand that. Truth be told, my ancestor was a guard on Suvorov. Part of the reason, and whether the history, which is why I'd like to hear Krix's side of it. If just to confirm, you're dismissed. Some of the guards don't take... Until next time.
You met Archangel? That guy's a real cocky bastard. Glad he's on our side, though. The Trojan's a real neat freak, and as our superior officer, that makes us all neat freaks.
We hunt piracy all across the galaxy.
How's the pirating business?
Good day, Captain.
Take off, Captain.
All green on release. We're free to fly.
next, I will destroy you. Calculation. Your odds of survival are minimal.
Navigational feedback checks out. We're in the right place. Jump complete.
So I hope this grid thingy is the real deal. Otherwise, it's been nice knowing you. So I hope this grid thingy is the real deal. Otherwise, it's been nice knowing you.
Warning, an emergency lockdown has been established.
So we weren't the first to make it this far. That is not encouraging.
Hello.
Looks like some of them did the long starve. Or went out on their own terms. Hell of a way to go.
Crew recording initiated.
Hello? Hello? Engineer's message said they set up some kind of a recording system. Well, the red light is on, so I guess it's working. It's been a few days since I docked at the Legacy. For the time being, I'm stuck here. Every system on my ship, including the prototype shielding, is completely burned out. It's unlikely it'll ever fly again. Whatever's protecting the Legacy seems to be holding for now. Which is pretty amazing considering she's been here for almost 40 years. Long story short, I've made it to the prize, but now I'm stranded and trying to figure a way off this hulk. I gotta tell you though, it's not looking good. Not at all. I found the remains of the Legacy's crew. Looks like they're starved to death. And it's obvious they couldn't find their way out. Next thing I need to do is start scouring the ship and look for something they might have missed. Guess that's all for now. Signing off.
Crew recording terminated.
All you.
Crew recording initiated. Alright, so how long has Bakara been locked in there?
I'm not sure. A week? Maybe more. All I know is that he took some food packs in his duffel into the head and locked himself inside. Everyone's been steering clear of him since he scared Simmons, so we didn't even realize he did this till today.
Bakara! Can you hear me? You need to open this door and let us in! The hell with it. I'm going to use the override.
I've already tried that. He's rewired the door or something. Maybe change a code. Not sure what he's done.
Kilner, can we cut through the bulkhead? Or the door? I'm open to any suggestions.
To be honest, I wouldn't go cutting anything in this ship right now. The structure is extremely unstable.
Damn it. Well, we can't just leave him in there.
Begging your pardon, but we can. It's pretty clear that Picard checked out after our initial assessment, and he's been killing morale across the ship. Let him soak in there for a while. When he gets hungry, he'll come out.
I suppose you're right. Crew recording terminated.
Do they even bother locking it?
Warning, vault access requires an authorized transfer module. Vault access is free. Please stand clear of the door.
Very valuable. The amount of credits it's worth, staggering.
Waste not, need not. Any day you make it, happy to even out the load. No, that's it then.
exfiltrate site. It would be advisable to wear a hard hat.
You're seriously handy with those locks.
Please do not interfere with my tasks.
Tell me this is Jasper Cricks. To make it so far and die. A legendary end for a legendary pirate.
Recording initiated.
Well, now, let's see. Another day's gone by. What's it been now? 6 weeks? Who the hell knows? Food packs for my ship are gone, so it looks like the clock's running down for me, and Issa wins. What a clever woman. I never saw it coming. I mean, I can't blame her. I was stupid enough to hand her the opportunity. Now the fleet's resting on her shoulders. I only hope she doesn't run the whole operation right into the ground. Anyway, let me just sit down in this chair. Yeah. There we go. Best view in the house. All that money staring me right in the face, and it's completely worthless. This is a nightmare. Worst kind of prison imaginable. I'd trade every last credit of it away to be back in New Atlantis, running with the Scar. Start my life over again. But enough dreaming. I've got to face the inevitable. This is where I'm spending in my final days. Hopefully, someone with at least half a brain will follow in my footsteps and bring the score home to the Crimson Fleet. If anyone finds this message, tell Issa that I don't blame her for what she's done. Most important, tell her to keep the fleet strong.
Crew recording terminated.
Grisly, but part of the job.
External communication detected. Automated recording system activated.
Legacy, come in. This is Issa Melant. Are you there, Legacy?
Holy shit. Issa, is that you? Issa, I'm here. Yes, I can read you.
Jasper Creeks. You're still alive? You always were one tough son of a bitch.
Yeah, I'm alive. No thanks to you. A month? Really? You left me to sit here and panic for a month. We said you'd wait a week. Tops.
Wait a moment. I think broadcasting from outside the EM field is interfering with my comms. Did I just hear Jasper Creeks the Great admit that he was panicking about something?
Yeah. How about we cut the crap and you get my ass out of here? Come on, there has to be millions of credits here. We're rich.
You know what? I think I'm going to pass. Right before you left, remember how you temporarily placed me in charge of the fleet? Well, right then I decided to make the job permanent. All I had to do was make some alterations to your shielding plans. Mainly the footnotes where the lead technician mentions it needs more work. I even paid a tech to ensure a few of your ship's power connections were dodgy, just in case. Yet, look at you now. Frankly, I'm surprised those shields held long enough for you to make it through the storm.
What the hell? You can't do this to me. I'm in charge of the fleet. How dare you?
Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, see, I thought I was clear. I'm in charge. You're dead. Well, I won't tell everyone that. I'll spin some story about you running off into the sunset with loot in hand. Oh, very romantic. The fleet will eat it up.
You don't care about the credits? Isn't that what this is all about? Fleet is family, remember? If we can't depend on each other, then what the fuck is the point?
You idiot. Don't you get it? Boarding the Legacy is a one-way journey. The technology simply doesn't exist to pull off your stupid eyes. And don't quote me the fleet's motto. I listened to that bullshit for years while you made deals and cut me out of them. You call that family? You know what? I'm glad you're alive. It's given me a chance to say goodbye. So, goodbye? There. All done.
Issa? Issa? Are you still there? Answer me.
Crew recording terminated.
Warning, power reserves insufficient for requested action. Warning, power reserves insufficient for requested action.
Crew recording initiated.
Son of a bitch! Nothing. Complete waste of time. I've tried everything I can possibly think of, and I end up right where I started. Oh, here I thought I was so clever. Thought I had it all figured out. First, fix my ship and get the prototype shielding back online. Second, shunt the power from the cred tank array back to the system to drain the credits. And then third, haul ass back to my ship before the EM field rips apart the legacy. 3 easy steps, right? Only problem is, I'm stuck at step 1. Every system on my ship is dead, and there's nothing aboard this ship to use for repairs. I can't believe I came all this way, just to end up stuck here like the poor bastards who ran this ship. Actually, wait a second. Issa will figure it out. I told her where I was going for a reason. She's smart. She'll know something's up when I miss the rendezvous. After all, we're supposed to split the loot. All I have to do is sit tight and wait until she figures out that something's gone wrong. Then she'll come here looking for me. In the meantime, I should start rationing my food. I could be waiting for a while.
Crew recording terminated.
Beginning currency transfer. Please stand by. Currency transfer complete.
Power's out, the EM field is gonna get brutal. Time to go.
Multiple hull breaches detected. Structural integrity failing. Immediate evacuation recommended.
know about you, but a fella could do a lot worse in Constellation. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I think you deserve it. That is a hell of a lot of money you're carrying there. More than... Problem is, it doesn't belong to us. It's ill... I've spent the best part of my life with the law on my side, and doing right by those in need. If Crix's legacy doesn't arrive at the Vigilance, we're no better than those pirates you set out to destroy in the first place. I'm up for a little adventure. I'm gonna be honest with you. That is a hell of a lot of money you're carrying there. Problem is, it doesn't belong to us. It's ill-gotten. I've spent the best part of my life with the law on my side, and doing right by those in need. If Crix's legacy doesn't arrive at the Vigilance, think I have some outstanding parking tickets. I don't care about that, right? Right?
Captain, hello. I am satisfied to see that you survived your most recent sleep cycle.
Galaxy, I'll carry anything you need. Guess we're done.
You'll get another shot. The commander gives the order, that scout will wish he surrendered when he had the chance. Everyone's saying this is it.
Scouts are just the beginning. Looks like the pirates want to dance. Hope you got your shoes on. Not sure. We had most of our birds in for me. Just bad timing, really. Anson over here managed to track down. Did a fancy yo-yo, though, and gave... Try not to forget who you are, okay? It'd break the commander's heart to have to hunt you down.
The fleet have done a lot of harm.
Let's put an end to this pirate scum.
My God. Is that it? Is that Crix's legacy? Amazing. Ensign, take this and enter it into the data core.
I'm on it, sir.
You see, Lieutenant? I told you he wouldn't.
I have to admit, I'm impressed. Encrypted or not, it's quite a lot. It just so happens we did. You could have set yourself up for life, but instead... Of course. I have a team of decryption experts from Galbank itself on stand.
I wasn't lying when I said that we had every
Well, you came through.
Now, on to other more pressing matters.
We received confirmation that the fleet ships were scouts sent to probe our defenses. Unfortunately, one of them jumped away.
Which means that Delgado will have the Crimson Fleet prepping.
We're in for a fight. But it's a good fight.
I've spent years studying the Crimson Fleet's tactics. Their decision to sacrifice those smaller ships told me everything I needed to know.
No, we can't afford to wait it out. Now that they've lost...
They'll increase their attacks on helpless vessels and unarmed colonies. We would have a potential bloodbath on our hands. The only solution is to enact...
Lieutenant, if you wouldn't mind...
Yes, sir. The Vigilance is equipped with the latest in hyper-resistant shielding, making it the only ship that can save... The catch is that the Key has access to 3 orbital defensive batteries that can... Our mission is to take out those batteries. In fact, I'll be
Sadly, we didn't get as much support for this mission as I would have liked.
We weren't able to convince MAS to lend us additional squadrons. They feel like they've committed too many resources. That means we'll have to take out all...
It's unfortunate, yes. But we wouldn't be...
We've also given you a call sign, Renegade, to help coordinate our movements during the attack.
Once those batteries are destroyed, you board the Key and bring Delgado to justice. That's admirable, but I don't think anyone in the Crimson Fleet... I know this isn't easy for you. You've spent countless hours bonding with these pirates, and perhaps sons. But remember who you're dealing with. Pirates, criminals, and thieves. They won't think twice about killing you. Well, this is it. All my hopes and my best wishes go with you.
When the time's right, I'd appreciate a chat. We need to find Cora and talk with her. We need to find Cora and talk with her. She made it sound like his life had...
The station is on high alert ever since those scouts popped in.
I wouldn't expect backup anytime soon. Gives me plenty of time to blow your ships out of the void. All right, fleet! Triple share to whoever takes the traitor down!
All ships, defensive formations.
Keep moving!
Got some stuff. We have the time. We need to find Cora and talk with her. We need to find Cora and...
What's the good word, Chief? No problem. What you got? We'll catch up later.
Is there a way to go faster than the speed of light? And none of that grab tech cheating?
What can I do for you, boss? Ah! So long, boss.
If I can help you with anything, just say the word. Bring me anything useful? Don't stay away too long.
Time to earn our paychecks.
Back, eh? How's it going?
100%. Good to go, Cap.
How can I be of service, Captain? Prepare for combat. There are no more enemies remaining. Please disregard. I attempted an informal greeting, but I am dissatisfied with the result. Exterior or victorious. Opening fire.
Could really bend your ear when you got a moment. It's good to be out and about. Lives get stuffy sometimes.
Show 'em what you got!
blood pumping, huh?
You did this to me. I can decrypt and re-encode thousands of credits in seconds, but something as simple as... And now because of you, my bomb's been activated. Simple. If I step 1 foot outside of this room, I'll explode. So either I wait here until I starve to death, or I walk away. Now that Sistef is here, the Crimson Fleet can't afford to have everything I know. The moment the Vigilance arrived, Delgado pushed the button, which is as good as putting a... You're right, I did. But I never thought I'd be staring the reason for it. I've paid you well, treated you with respect. Look me in the eye and tell... As the fleet's reckoner, I didn't just deal with currency. And some of those people target members of the Crimson Fleet and have them killed. We're not sending those people misinformation and clogging up their slates with guard. At this point, I can't blame Delgado for activating the bomb. Well, now that you're here, I don't so why don't you just get out of... The bomb in my chest is expressly designed to punish me from... The worst that could happen to the key would be having to... After everything I just said, I must be a complete fool. Because even though it makes no sense, I believe you. The only way to deactivate the bomb is through Delgado's computer and operations. You'll probably need his ID to get in. I don't know why you're helping me, but I... The controls for the bomb are in the briefing room. You can't disarm it. Take me.
both know your real name is Lionel Soto, and you know why I'm here.
Who are you? Fleet? Ecliptic? An independent?
I've spent 2 long years and every credit I had looking for you, just so I could look you in the eye before I pulled the trigger.
Hey, what's with the gun? There must be some mistake. I honestly don't know who you are.
Of course you don't know who I am. You're never concerned with the death you leave in your wake, in your pursuit of greed. You killed my husband, you son of a bitch! And now I'm going to kill you!
Such a terrible shame. All that time and money she wasted. Well. Better get rid of the body.
Did I hear snoring? Good to see you.
about your arrest?
Oh, my arrest was spectacular. Definitely one for the record books. UC Security sent an armada after our little fleet of ships and picked us off one by one until the remainder of us made it to the wheel.
For a listener's benefit, that was the star station in orbit around Voli that you destroyed just before your arrest, correct?
You see, that's what they'd have you believe, but the truth is much less sinister. There was a firefight on the wheel when they tried to bring us in. We holed up, but UC Security unleashed hell. The damage they caused was catastrophic. We only surrendered so we wouldn't die when the station exploded.
Well, the UC says you set demolition charges to try and cover your tracks and make your escape.
That's their story. You'll have to go with your gut on what you think really happened. Anyway, they took us in and tossed us into the lock. That lovely resort they opened on Suvorov.
And you were imprisoned there for how long?
Well, it was supposed to be for life, Gail. But I ended up serving 2 years before I decided I'd had enough.
Is there any particular reason that you started the riots that eventually led to the worst prison break in United Colonies history?
Yes. I'm quite proud of that, actually. I honestly didn't think it would go as well as it did. As for the reason, well, it's simple. The UC were treating us like animals. The conditions in the lock were ridiculously bad and no one cared. That's why they stuck us on that ice ball in the first place. Out of sight, out of mind.
Your escape caused the deaths of many that were stationed at the lock. Some would brand that as a bit dismissive for what you're describing as a protest. If you were simply advocating for your fellow inmates, why didn't you just go through the proper channels?
And what the hell was I supposed to do? Send a strongly worded letter to my duly appointed representative? Wake up. The UC only responds to actions, not words. In my mind, there was no other choice. You know what? Let's move past my time at the lock so we can get to the point of this goddamned interview.
Get a moment? Can we talk? I must confess, the hum of a grab drive makes me
Getting back to finish the job first. Talk sense into me? What the hell happened to you? You... Yeah? And why then? You know, when we were on Suvorov, and now you suddenly expect me to believe I have been fooled the entire time? For once in your life. Well, It is obvious that no matter what I say, you have no intention. I have already locked down the key and set its reactors to overload. Let's see how far that loyalty... And spend the rest of my life in the brig? And I suppose you want me to think it ends outside a prison cell and not in. Still. As is every member of the fleet. And if I give them all one more thing... They might. And if they do, I would just be tying up their loose ends, including you. If so, letting you live... Fine. You win. Standing down the reactors. But before you have Ikande lock me up, whether you know it or not, you're damn good at being a pirate. It's in your blood. One of these days, that's all gonna hit you. And I'll be waiting for... Go! You've taken everything else from me. The least you can do is give me a moment of peace. Go. You've taken everything else from me. The least you can do is give me a moment of rest.
Find something good.
Tell us what the future holds for the Crimson Fleet.
Changes are coming, Gale. Huge changes. Crimson Fleet will soon be a much bigger player in this little game between the members of the settled systems.
That's quite a bold statement. Would you care to elaborate?
Well, let's just say that I'm on the brink of a score so large, it makes everything else pale in comparison. Beyond that, you'll just have to wait and see.
If you aren't willing to discuss the details, why grant SSNN this interview?
Simple. I refuse to allow the UC to spin or bury the story, making it sound like they're in complete control of the situation. I'm gonna tell you right now, they aren't.
Why does the Crimson Fleet need to make this mysterious move that you're being so evasive about?
I know SysDef instructed you to draw this meeting out as long as possible. So let me sum this up. I intend to make sure that the Crimson Fleet becomes the United Colony's worst nightmare. And nothing, I mean nothing in this universe, will stop me from achieving that goal.
There are those that would disagree with you and claim this interview is grandstanding, or worse, a recruitment tool. After all, SSNN reaches every corner of the settled systems, and your aspirations could inspire the directionless to turn to the fleet.
You and the sheep that listen to your garbage can believe whatever the hell you want. If you were so worried about what I had to say, you wouldn't have allowed yourself to be brought here.
You got time for a quick chat? I appreciate it when you're able. You know, the way you handle things, not bad. Not bad.
Yes? Pardon.
Howdy.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Howdy.
Captain, do you require my assistance?
That's a clean break. Ready to go.
Hell of a job, Renegade. The commander and the rest of the team are waiting for you in operations. Congrats.
That was real impressive flying, kid. You earned your wings today.
Hello, Captain.
I was just trying to do my part. A lot of heroes on this city. Speaking of which, here comes one now.
Good work taking out those pirates, Renegade. You know, I had my doubts about you. Vanguard, volunteer force, figured you for a tourist. But then I asked myself, as spectacular as I am, can I do what you do? And the answer was an emphatic no. See, I'm a great shooter, but a straight shooter. And that wasn't going to win this war. What we needed was someone standing on their side, with a boomerang gun. We needed someone whose bullets curved. It was us or them, kiddo. Hopefully you don't feel guilty about letting me live. If so, I suggest skipping the second thoughts and heading straight for third, if nothing else. Anyway, I figure he'll sprain something trying to pin the medals on your chest. But in all honesty, you deserve it.
You have permission to speak freely. I believe congratulations are in order. With this decisive blow, the end of the Crimson Fleet is all but assured. But as much as I'd like to begin this celebration, technically we're still in the process of wrapping up the operation. On that note, Lieutenant, what do you have for me?
Reports are coming in right now, Commander. Delgado and Shinya Voss have been taken into custody. Also, we've transferred personnel to the Key to secure the location until the United Colonies decides what they...
And what about Neva Mora?
According to our reports, Neva led the strike force that attacked the Vigilance. Unfortunately, that was the last we saw of her. It looks like... we don't know her current whereabouts, but...
That's fine. Overall, excellent news, Lieutenant. I have to admit, for the first time in 7 years, I don't know what to say. How about you? I know that was deep. I certainly would have preferred to have reached a resolution regarding her whereabouts.
Just watch your back. I'm fairly certain she's not going to...
Let's not ruin the moment, Gillian. I'm sure our friend here... You have no reason to feel guilty about it.
No matter how close you were to the fleet, you have to remember that they're terrible people that did terrible things. And don't...
I've twisted arms and cashed in some favors at Mast. I wanted to make sure you got a ship. Call it a reward, a token of appreciation. Whatever that...
As UC goes, you're right in my book, Ikande. Can't believe I just said that.
Well, yes, but even if the money is ever returned to its rightful owner, I believe it will eventually. Don't thank me yet. If it had been completely up to me.
Now that you're rich and famous, maybe you'll still remember us little people, huh?
Decorum, Lieutenant? Damn, I'm going to be really sorry to see you go. You've really become an important part of our team. It won't be...
Although, if you feel like staying aboard, I'm sure that is, if you can stand spending another minute with us on Vigilance.
Excellent. I'm happy we haven't somehow... Anyway, enough talk. You've earned a break, and I'm sure you wish to celebrate. And wherever you might find yourself,
Once new commander, seems happier. We have you to thank. Excellent. Let me... Wow. That's a hell of a story. Still, all that wealth, and the only thing he could do was stare at it. Can you imagine? Any other fragments? So, Mr. Yatso is actually Lionel Soto. We thought Soto was dead. At least, that's what the record. I'll have the records updated, but seeing as Mr. Yatso has surrounded... That it? Understood. Keep... That's right. Since you're no longer undercover, you now have full access to our mission. I'll have to take your word for it. I don't like keeping secrets myself, although To that end, if you're in need of anything ship-wise, talk to me, and I'll have our maintenance crew take a look. No more bartering for scraps at the depot. You'll have full access. Mast will have the ultimate say, but we've petitioned to have it refurbished. But first, we'll need to perform an audit of the key's overall condition. Most of the repair... If the site is deemed not up to code, we're better off destroying it. That would also have political value. For now, we have a strike team dedicated to sweeping the area for explosives. Once they give the all clear, after that's done, then we'll start the audit. Yeah. The reason I didn't bring up the Crimson Fleet is, well... He knows quite a bit about my journey. I know a great deal about how they operate, what frequencies they use, their encryption. Common ground, but I was recruited out of New Atlantis by Neva Mora. She said I was making a name for myself. I was thrilled. It was a chance at bigger and better scores. I raised hell on New Atlantis until... And just like Adler Kemp stuck his neck out and vouched for you, someone else in the fleet did the same thing for me. In fact, it was my idea to send you to Sidonia for your first... Well... Of course she did. How else would you get an aspiring criminal? They took me in. Delgado ran me through the paces on Suvorov, and before I knew it, now I was making some serious money. That apartment I boasted about in New Atlantis became... What do you think? It's a giant ice ball. We spent a while exploring the surface near the lock, while Delgado laid out his spiel about honor. Never got a look inside the facility like you did. I would have agreed with you back then, but when I think of everything changed thanks to Commander Akande. If I've learned one thing about the Commander, it's that he cares. Look, I've already said too much. All you need to take away is that I've literally carried through with this mission. It'll be my pleasure. Not sure it needs it. From our scans... Understood.
With the fleet gone, greatly considerable time. This one is my passion, and I won't leave. At ease, soldier. Still on hold until we can get the politics sorted. Some of the officials at Mast have brought up, and to be fair, their point is not without merit. Should we go to war? There is also talk that the legacy could be a bargaining chip in any future peace talks. But regardless, two things will always be true. I will likely take a moment for myself. If not for them, well, their remnants are still scattered across the galaxy. And beyond the Crimson Fleet, piracy will all... In other words, it's not time to retire. Good luck.
Collective space. Hold while we scan your ship.
Can you get a moment? Can we talk?
Smooth jump. Nice work.
Pressure normalized, and we're docked.
Greetings, Captain.
Good to... How may the trade... I hope we have what you...
How can I be of assistance? Goodbye, for now.
We need to find Cora and talk with her.